Oh, yeah, you know what that means. Tuesday night, it's time for CG Jumpstart Between the Panels. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining us this evening. We've got a real special show for you. As always, I hope you guys are excited. I know we are. Joining me, as always, we've got the man, Tinfoil Hat Nick.
Good evening, everybody. How you doing?
Oh, hail to you, brother. Hail to you.
Hail.
Now, I know this probably isn't going to seem very different from a woke show tonight with our guest of honor, one of the busiest men in Comicsgate, probably the busiest artist next to Canales. Actually, they might be tied at this point. I'm not sure. I'm not keeping score. I'm sure somebody is out there, though. We've got the man from the north, Simon Sim Pothier.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. And welcome to the CG Jumpstart special.
Welcome.
Welcome, brother.
Yes, I promise this is not the woke show. Things will be a little bit different. We're not going to have any woke news tonight. Sorry, not sorry. We'll save that for Saturday. There'll be plenty to talk about by the time that comes around. Tonight, we're going to talk more about what Sim has in store for us with CG Jumpstart. Now, Sim was just on the show a couple of weeks ago with Got Hanzo himself, talking about their upcoming project, Crash Course, which looks absolutely fantastic. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Nat the Merc.
Hell yeah. My little baby.
Your little baby, yes. And we have this, we have a picture of your little baby here, 3 of the main characters. Tell us a little bit about Nat the Merc.
Nat the Merc is one of the first publication I've done here, like in 2012. I've done 3 previously published short stories of that character and Rose. And I can't wait to bring them to CG Jumpstart with their new adventure. And I'm also going to be publishing like their previous short story collected. So keep an eye watch for that. And Nat the Merc is technically like a mercenary in space. He doesn't know nothing about his past, where he's actually from, other than he's born from an experiment and he's a hybrid. And he's raised by an assassin droid that, freed him. And that's pretty much it, without going too much into the story that, ruining anything. You have Rose, that's a space pirate. And Luani, which you'll find out what's her role within the book, because she's never been introduced yet.
Oh, so she is the new character that you're bringing out for us.
Yeah, she's been lined up and planned from the get-go, but I hadn't introduced her yet in the magazine called Zidara 9. So she's making her first appearance in this book. Yeah. Very
cool. I like these character concepts are really slick, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks really good. You could definitely see massive improvements from when I first met you in your coloring, especially. This looks really good. You managed to pull off, especially with Rose, and I don't know if that has to do with her particular color as far as hair or anything like that, but you've pulled off the thing where it's like the color that she has is the pink is almost it gives it its own light, so to speak.
Because I used the Halo weapon there, has the light source for the smoke and everything, so that's why it fits with the hair and those little pink pieces, and the fact that it's the only like light color, so it just brings everything to the pink. Yeah,
very bubblegummy.
Is she going to be singing songs about malls and boys and things like that, or is she going to live up to the name and everything that is supposed to be great about CG Jumpstart and just totally kick butt?
Oh, she's totally gonna kick butt. She's gonna kick ass and take names, dude. She's a badass little what's her name? Gina something. Somebody shared a picture of her with like. When I shared the image, somebody put she plays in Haywire, I think. Is that it? The movie? She used to do MMA. She looks exactly like her.
Oh, okay, cool.
Gina, I don't remember her last name though.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
I'm not familiar with that movie.
But no, and she's the character that I designed. Like, she's also like an homage to my mom who died of cancer. I published that story when my mom was diagnosed with cancer. So technically, the character is a cancer survivor. That's why she has like half her body is cybernetic.
Mm-hmm.
So she was dying from cancer. She got beaten and by left for dead by pirates and found by a younger version of Nat, and he's the one that gave her arm.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's a really awesome backstory.
Luwani, she's the only synthetic being in the Natverse.
Synthetic. She's an android.
She's a fully android, fully synthetic and AI. Yeah.
Cool.
We got Vault Cobalt in the chat says, "I'm feeling Luwani." Hail, brother. Shaun Davis says, "I love Rose."
And Shaun Davis has exquisite taste. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, dude, it's like somebody was saying, it's like Luwani serves one type of fan and Rose serves another type. And one thing I'd like to say is that's not a cybernetic arm. And if you want to find out what it is, well, buy the book.
Very interesting. There's a lot you've got. So this has been in development for quite some time.
Correct? Yeah, I first created him for a short animation in 2010, and I had a storyboard. The storyboard became the first story that was published in Zidara 9 in 2012. Then so on and so forth. There's like 3 short stories that was published of him, 1 of Rose, and I had 1 plan of Luwani. And remember the Royal Rumble Ashcan?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's also part of the Natverse.
Oh, okay.
So Queen Ulrika is also part of the Natverse. Remember when I was telling you that wait till Nat comes in? He comes with a whole bunch of badass babes.
Yeah, that you did. So now this, the last I had actually spoke with you, you had Demona was going to be the project in CG Jumpstart, the one that you had been working on.
Mm-hmm.
Where did the switch come in?
From editorial decision.
Okay.
It was not my decision, but some people kind of asked me if I could put Nat instead of putting Luwani, and I'm like, if you give me enough time to work on the first pages, and they accepted, so Nat's gonna be in there because some people really, really, really like Nat more than Demona.
Well, I really, really like Demona more.
Yeah, but she's gonna get her own book now. So.
That's true, and I do have. You can sign up for the mailing list. The link for that is in the description. If you haven't already, make sure you do so. Gotta love a mailing list. It's always free, and it always comes with perks once the campaign launches.
Oh yeah, Demona's gonna be badass. She's like a mix of Lady Death and Constantine, with a little bit of Spawn and Angela. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I've been waiting on Nat because ever since I've met you, you've always been like telling me about Nat, and so now I finally get to see, other than like the drawings and what you've been telling me, I get to see the actual story. So I'm very excited about that. I like a good mercenary tale. For some reason, that's one of the boxes that I like to check from time to time when I get my stories. So because I think everybody at some point in time wants to be a type of mercenary. Maybe not so much the mercenary that gets paid to kill, but like a mercenary nonetheless, because they, you're not really held down by a lot of morality and stuff like that.
It's being self-employed. It's the same thing as being self-employed. Exactly. It's like what
Except way more badass.
It's like one of the lines in Firefly, right? Find a crew, find a job, keep flying. That line. That's why people like that line, and that's pretty much the basic. Like, Nat is really like a love letter to everything I love about sci-fi: Star Wars, Firefly, Lobo, Meta Baron, and especially Heavy Metal magazine. Like, one thing that's for sure: when you're gonna be reading Nat, you're gonna have a feeling you're reading something out of Heavy Metal magazine. That's for fucking out, for sure.
Very cool. We got a Spider Hype in the chat.
Mixed with some anime too.
Hail, bro says the color choices here are great for underlining the characteristics of each of these badasses.
Mm-hmm. I choose the color scheme for it. Like Nat is the hot rod color because he's a bit of a hothead. That's why even his name is written like a hot rod paint. You have her that's more more cold and calculated, but still, passion. That's why she has that teal type of color. But there's also a reason why, his hair is orange, teal teal arm. She has the teal hair and she has the orange eyes and a bit of orange on her. Kind of like, counterbalance.
Mm-hmm.
And you have her, and you have Rose here. That's a bit. You notice that from the color scheme, she's separate from where they're coming from, but from the design, you know that she fits in.
Yeah, for sure. She does. She stands out, but she still fits in.
And from the design, what I wanted to do is like, she looks very like tomboyish, like very like tough, and she's a pirate. So that's why I went with the pink hair and a very more like masculine type of armor, like clothes, like to counterbalance the cuteness of it, you could say.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
and she's a pirate.
Yeah, she's a queen of the pirates.
Oh, I love her even more now.
Yeah, she's the queen of the pirates, and yeah, like the short story, you see her become like I can actually tell you without ruining too much. She got left for dead, raped, and everything, and not found her. And then after that, she plans her entire vengeance. And the short story, it's her getting back at the people that left her for dead and taking over and becoming the queen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And
so you got all kinds of crazy elements coming out of this story. You got mercenaries, space pirates, androids.
Yep, and they're in that verse. The Nat verse also includes what's coming out: the Chaos Chasers. There's gonna be the Skullbusters, and that's all in the same universe.
Oh, so you're really snowballing this thing.
Mm-hmm. But I built the Natverse with I had Nat, and then I also created different characters that could stand by themselves and have their own short stories. So when I started them, doing the Natverse here, I started with one short story of Nat, then introduced a second one. Then after that, I started introducing Rose. Then I was introducing Elrica, Luani, and going back to Nat, and then the big story of Nat. So it's kind of like building a universe with characters that are standalone by themselves.
Yeah.
And right now, what I'm thinking of doing is as soon as I'm done fulfilling Blood Hunt, since Nat's gonna be going through CG Jumpstart, I'm thinking of releasing like a compilation of all those short stories, like the 3 short stories of Nat, the Luani one, and the Elrica, and I might be doing the Luani one.
Oh, so you would release all the old material on like Indiegogo?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of like that idea.
That'd be a quick turnaround too, since you've already got it all done and everything.
Everything's done. You guys gonna have to accept the fact that it's my old material. I'm not gonna touch anything up. I'm gonna leave it as is. But you're gonna have the unpublished story of Royal Rumble that's already done, and I'm gonna be doing a short story of Luani. So you get something that no one has ever seen before.
Sweet.
You're gonna get her background story.
Okay, so yeah, so you will get something. There will be some new material that hasn't been published before, but overall, it's a compilation of previous work.
You'll have Elrica that's never been published, and
it's like a greatest hits album. You always got like, we got the 12 greatest hits, and then we've got one previously unreleased track,
plus a new one.
Yep, that's very true. There's always a new track.
It
never fails, even though it's supposed to be a greatest hits. There's always a new one.
There's always one that no one's ever heard before.
There's the never released one that's been done a while back, because the Elrica one's been done like since 2017. That I just never published it. It was supposed to be the Ashcan and the Blood Hunt that I removed, and the new one's going to be Luani, brand new. So
I think you're onto something there, man. I'm actually pretty excited just to get that in my hands.
And I'm gonna throw that around as an idea. I was thinking of calling it Tales of the Natverse, and maybe making it like an ongoing thing. Like once in a while, I just put up like a short story of the Natverse of one of the characters. What do you think about that?
Good idea. Yeah, no, that is, I like that. That's it's like a booster pack almost, like when the card games come out with a booster pack where you get updated cards, character stats, and all this other stuff. something that comes out for the Natverse to update a character, or something's happened or add a new character or something like that. And that way you can just build on it, and have it forever.
Yeah, like that I can keep Nat going and just have like maybe a book once in a while saying like, hey, look what's happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Here's an update on Rose. Here's an update on her, and then leading to the other. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea. I like it a lot. Cider Hype says Natverse equals go big or go home.
And another thing that I can say, but I'm not gonna say too much without getting into spoilers. But one of the plans that I also have is there's a team that's called the Skullbusters, and they're gonna show up. I'm gonna have either like in CG Jumpstart the year 2, or I'm gonna have like their own book. But it's Nat is the rebel in that verse, right? In that verse, there's a federation. The Skullbusters work for the Federation, and they're the elite, problem solver team.
Mm-hmm.
So let that simmer. Rebel against the Federation, and then introduce a team of, you all know how that's gonna end.
Not really, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay, then outlaw police officers.
Ah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like the elite cleanup crew of the Federation, and you have the rebel that's against the Federation.
Mm-hmm.
So what's gonna happen?
Sounds like a crossover. Sounds like a crossover in the works.
Yeah, they're gonna be sent to off him, and they're the type of people to destroy planets.
Not the spoilers.
No spoilers.
Steve Dye's not here with us tonight, so I'll have to act as the spoiler chief. Spoilers.
So that's why you didn't invite nobody else.
No, everybody else is. Steve Dye is very busy at the moment with some top secret stuff.
And
we got Phil Diaz in the chat. It says, "Hail y'all, hail CG Jumpstart. Hail brother. Thank you for joining us."
Here's another character from the Natverse. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to cut you.
That's all right. You did anyway.
I know.
Zrust says, "Afternoon, Aniki. Afternoon." Hail to everybody in the chat. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure you hit that like and share it out for everybody to come check out what we're not spoiling. Now you can continue.
Okay, so spoiler number 5. Here's Zed. This is Nat's best friend. So I'm working on this. It's going to be like presented like the other images that I was showing before, like character sheet type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to, when I release the final book, if I'm going to do them as variant covers, just trading cards. What do you guys think?
My vote's for trading cards. Or like you could even do like just small prints.
And which one's
what was your thought, Nick?
I was going to do. I was just going to comment on how, of course, you would pick trading cards because that's your thing. I would probably, excuse me, if it were me, I would do like try to see if you can do an alternating 1-in-1. Maybe you'll get first stretch goal trading card, next stretch goal print, or you could do just straight print tier or card tiers.
Somebody suggested that I did like different variant covers and make a bundle with all the covers and the poster.
Yeah, see, that would work as well.
Hey, that's not bad. Shaun Davis says, "Where's Eddie B at tonight?" Eddie B is indisposed at the moment.
And here's a glimpse at the first page, and I'm not going to show more. This is the first page of Nat the Merc.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you always find a way to fit so many panels into a page.
The main, I guess this is the main bad guy right here with the armor on. He looks like a mixture between Hordak and a Zygarian off of Clone Wars.
Him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like a mix of like lion and bat features in this face.
Yeah. He just reminds me of Hordak. The Zygarians were cat people, so yeah, I could see that. And then the Hordak, he's just got that look about like with the armor in his face, with the mohawk and stuff. That's straight up. That reminds me a lot of Hordak.
And here you have like shark people, and you have like a little glimpse. This is what I've been working on right now. I'm not gonna show the second page.
And now, are you gonna color this as well? The interiors.
I plead the fifth on that one. I need to discuss it. I'm checking. I'm still checking if maybe somebody's gonna color it, if I'm gonna color it, or if they want it in black and white, because the final decision is not just mine.
I know how Gat feels about your black and white work.
Yep. He thinks I should just do black and whites and just do
I agree with him 100%. I've always agreed with. I've always
not surprised.
Now, I've always said that about Sim's drawing, in particular, his drawings and his art style. You lend so well to just black and white. I've always said that, even with because I was the one that was kind of pushing for a black and white version of Blood Hunt at the very beginning of the first campaign.
You're the reason why I put it in, and you're the reason why it ended up just being in black and white.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's just your black and whites, your inks. I think every once in a while you come across somebody who's their work can be colored by the best colors on the planet or by anybody. You know what I'm saying? And it takes away from that line work. And I think your line work is so good and so very fine. You've got like a fine touch to your inking and everything that I think sometimes like a full color book like that just takes away from it. Like go nuts with the cover, make it as colorful and bling-tastic as you want. But I always would prefer any book I get from you in black and white. I just think it gives it that you have more of it looks more, I don't want to say like it, almost like it's an older soul between the character that is in black and white and the character that is in color. Like with this one, with just the black and white, you get more zoned in on his eyes, and you can really see his eyes as far as what he's trying to project, as far as like, look at me, mess with me. This is bad things are going to happen to you. And I don't know. I've just always been that way. I think you're a very good inkist.
Thank you.
But I understand you want to have all the feathers in your cap because look at me, I'm Pothier, and I can draw and I can color and I can ink and I can do all this other stuff. I understand that. It's okay. But I'm saying as a customer, I would much rather have it in black and white.
That's awesome, bro.
I do agree with Nick. You're a man of many talents, and you're kind of an asshole. But your black and white line work is just fantastic, and I think it would be. I actually think it would work just as well as this as it does in Blood Hunt. So now this is going to be a 3-page preview in the upcoming issue of Jumpstart, and then what's the future look like for Nat? I mean, obviously we talked about compilation, but
from what we discussed, it's not a preview. We're doing 3-page and a 12-page, and if everything goes well, I might be continuing it for the first.
Okay, so this one is actually probably going to become one of the serials in CG.
Right now, it's scheduled to at least be 3-page and another 12-page in number 2. Technically, it's replacing the Demon and G-String and Demona. So it's becoming this, and hopefully it'll continue as a serial. That's what we were discussing. That it was going to be for the first 4 issues, and after that, maybe I'll come in with another project.
I have a feeling this is going to be one that I'm going to hate. That's a serial because I'm going to want more of it as soon as I'm done with the 12 pages.
Yeah. I'd have to agree with you on that one. But, Simon giveth and Simon taketh away. So we just gotta go with what he decides to put upon us. And
I mean, that's not a bad thing, you know.
Canadianness that he does.
Get the audience all riled up for it and excited, and then leave them on a little bit of a cliffhanger and just let them drool for 4 more months before they get another 12 pages.
But if everything goes according to plan, that means every 3 months you'll get an adventure of Nat, and throughout this you're gonna have the Chaos Chasers that are also part of that verse.
Okay.
And you'll have the collection of all the short stories also.
Well, that's cool. How big is this? I mean, this is a huge world then. I mean, we're talking like everybody's just hanging out, but they're all in the same world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the multiverse. No, not the multiverse, but it's the entire universe. Yeah, it's the Natverse. There's like the Chaos Chasers are technically their team, and they have their own path in that verse, right? They don't have nothing to do with the Nat story. Nat story involves, like, in there you're gonna you have the Skullbusters, you have Rose, you have all the other characters are involved in the Nat story. The Chaos Chasers are just in that world too. So they're gonna cross path, but they're not really involved in Nat's world.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a few other surprises, like something called the Blazing Glory. But that I'm waiting before I show them up.
That sounds like a sex move.
It's actually a space dwarf and a 4-arm alien.
All right, just saying, it sounds like a sex move.
Well, with a dwarf and a 4-armed alien, I'm pretty sure that it could be.
It could be. But I don't do into porn, so we're good.
No porn. It's not porn, I promise.
No. Might be boobs.
Boobs are fine.
Mm-hmm. But no bottom parts.
We got Vilned in the chat. Hey, y'all. Hey, Vilned. Cider Hype says, CG Jumpstart just feels good to say. Does, doesn't it? It really does. Zaid Comics says, Nick, you nailed Sim's voice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Zrust talking about the black and white versus color. It might be biased with my love for manga, but I prefer it. Makes the color images like the cover have so much more impact.
See, now this right here, this is what I'm talking about. If this were colored, you would lose something in the translation between the black and white and just the inks showing off the your intended, like, either depth, field zones, or whatever like that, and the color, because you would have to add color in places where you don't necessarily have to have anything there for it to come out and look as amazing as this. This is what I'm always talking about and always on about. Sometimes sometimes you don't need to color. It has been proven time and time again that if your detail work is on point enough, then you can get away with just doing, or not get away, but you don't need to do color. Like, to me, this doesn't need to be colored. I would put this up anywhere, anytime, just as black and white, and say, this is finished. This was never intended to be colored, and it's never going to be colored.
And this is one freaking panel.
Mm-hmm.
You goddamn Canadian.
Everybody's telling me it should be a double spread page. I'm like, no, it's just the top panel.
It looks like it should be at least a double page spread. It looks like it could be a fold out, like a trifold or something.
Well, it's going to be a bookmark.
All right, I guess I'll accept it. We got Skull Diamond 94 in the chat. Hey, guys. Hello, Skull Diamond. Thank you for joining us. Skits Comic is here as well. Hail, brother. Welcome, Skits.
And, I'd like to make people notice that he has, like, flux capacitor in his little battleship, just for the hell of it.
Oh, you certainly do, don't you?
I was just putting a few little things, like you have the canister here from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That serves no purpose, just there for decoration. Yeah, you have the dice here from Heavy Metal Magazine. Remember that movie there? You had that in his space car.
What? Are you going to be giving away a free magnifying glass with every purchase?
No. It's like Find Charlie. Like, no, Where's Waldo? There you go.
Find Charlie. Is that the Canadian version of Where's Waldo?
It's the French version. They call him Charlie because Waldo in the French version of Waldo actually means Charlie. in French. Yeah. Sorry about that one. So, pardon my French.
That's
He's
just
here all
funny.
week, folks.
I always learn something new when I've got you on just bullshitting because there's always something that ends up lost in translation. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah,
I like the way Deadly Radiance is thinking here. It says, "Is the bookmark 11 by 17?" I absolutely agree. That is the perfect. That's the perfect size for a bookmark of that caliber. I would. That needs to happen.
I think he's on to something.
Okay, I'll make an 11 by 17 print.
There we go.
We'll be done.
No, it's I really love that print. I really love that drawing. I've always liked it. I kind of hear him humming Jesus Take the Wheel a little bit while he's flying a ship, but that's just me in my little world.
And here's a little concept art for you guys.
Oh,
Some of the concept art I did for the book. So that was
Zoom
me
in
working.
just slightly on that, would you? Make it bigger. There, yeah.
Enhance.
see when I said like how his gun was before. That's what I'm putting now back.
Yeah, I see it now. Yep.
I was trying something different, but I'm going back more to the regular look. This is the new look for Rose, as you see in the poster I just showed you. This is what this suit looks like when it's closed, and you still have the logo, from his chest there. And as you notice, even the ship has that logo. If you pay attention to the
What's on the
page.
underside of his? Wait, go back to that. Go back. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't show it yet.
I want to see what's on the underside of his collar.
Here?
Yeah, like is there a design there?
Yeah, it's the tattoo, the bottom part of the tattoo, like the mouth.
Okay, all right.
When you see it here on the belt, that's what he has on his chest too, the hair.
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom part is the mouth part, the mouthpiece. So like that's eyes. So eyebrow, get it? The top part is his eyebrows.
Ah, okay. I see it now.
That's okay. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Fucking clever. We've got the editor himself in the chat. Finally, hail the real Steve Dye.
Here's another one of the concept art. This is
where
where
giving away all of his secrets without you here.
This is in the story, no spoiler, but there's a part where there's a whole bunch of bounty hunters that are hired to go after him, and this is the one that just like broke the bar to shreds because he just grew to like giant size. Brr.
Now these are just panels, right?
Those were like concept art panels. Yeah, it's because when I write, I can't just write. I always have to do some visuals that I want, like key shots or like keynotes, and I'm like, okay, this needs to happen when I'm writing because when I come up with the stories, I have the visual in my head, so I take notes. So I draw as much as I technically storyboard as I write.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that could be that's got poster written all over it.
Because every time I write my stories, I take out the storyboard type of panel, like sheets, and I start doodling, writing. I write all my ideas. This could happen. This is a very important shot. This is a money shot. I want this like this, maybe like that. And that's how I work. That's why when I say like I have like a movie approach when I work my stuff, I have I have an entire plot of what I want to do. Then after that, I start breaking it down like a storyboard with, dialogues. And remember when you went into my little script that I was showing you? It's technically just panel 1 should say something like this.
Yeah.
Then after that, I go over them, and I just like work at it when I'm done with the pages. Like that, I know how much,
Shaun Davis wants to know who's that big guy in the back.
Nothing particular. He's just a bounty hunter that's going after Nat. And he can grow like mole size, like in Wildcats.
Okay, yeah. His name's Clarence. We'll just call him Clarence.
Yeah, Clarence. There you go.
I like Clarence.
And here's some concept arts where you see the like this is not a ship. This is just the battleship type of like attack ship. And as you see, it always have that type of little logo.
Oh yeah, it's all in there. I see it. Yeah.
And the idea of that ship here is that it retracts, like it closes with the wings going inside, and you can just park in the bigger ship.
Ah, okay, yeah.
It's
That's
a
kind
cool
of a
design.
that's kind of a spy hunter type thing.
Yeah.
It closes on itself and then just goes under the regular ship. Yeah. And you have the. Do I have something that I can show here without too much spoiler about this freaking dad? Hold on.
Be careful, Steve's here now. You got to watch yourself.
Yeah, I know. I can't show too much. Steve's gonna kill me. Hold on. Concept art. Oh, here's a little brush thing I did when I first bought my brush pen of Nat. All traditional.
Oh, so you don't have to have a computer to draw.
No, I don't. I can draw with pencils, ink, brushes, pen. I'm a full-fledged artist. Hold on. No, I don't have it right now.
Oh, what a tease!
But it's I could show it to you, but it's one of the pages that I don't want to show.
Well, then
No,
don't.
don't show it.
Okay, hold on. You can see it. I just remember you can see him here. Hold on. Right there.
Oh, okay.
That's technically his dad. That's the guy that that frees him from the experiment, and he decides to raise him as his own.
Oh, that's cool.
Nat just always has that look on his face like I'm gonna fuck you up, and it's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
But that's the idea. That he needs to be in action. It's a need that he has. Like otherwise he gets very freaking bored, and he needs to be working at all time. He needs to be busy.
Idle hands are the devil's playthings type of deal.
Yep, and that arm has something to do with it too.
Oh, okay. Got a little Vampire Hunter D action going on here. I got you now.
Because one of the only thing I can actually say without spoilers is this is not a mechanical arm. This is part of him. He's born with it.
Huh.
Okay. Yeah, I got you now.
Yeah, that blue metal, that teal metal there. It's part of him. Back up. And you can have claws. You can do different things with it.
I've seen that in the one in that concept art that you had.
Mm-hmm.
That he's got like claws instead of fingers.
Mm-hmm. And you also, no spoiler there, but you can also like attach stuff to it.
Like integrated with things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm really intrigued with the whole package behind this. I mean, you've got a hell of a concept here. I know. Lobo's your boy.
Mm-hmm. And Nameless, it's very inspired by Metal Baron, Lobo, Heavy Metal Magazine, and everything I love from anime and manga. So yeah.
Well, Nick, it took 39 and 15 seconds for him to mention Meta Baron.
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop, Star Wars, Firefly. There's a bit of everything in there. But yeah, Metal Baron. Come on, go get it.
So basically, you took this is just an inspiration of everything that you've ever loved. And you're like, I'm going to smash this all together into my own IP, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. But it's one of the advice that Michael Turner told me once when I was trying to be hired by people.
Wow, name
Marvel and DC, and he said you should try and build your IP two to three IPs that allows you to do everything you love. So Nat is my IP to do everything I love from sci-fi, and you have the Wolf Dragon. That's everything I love from legend, mythology, and all that stuff. So those are my two big next IPs I'm introducing. You have Nat the Merc, the Natverse, which I've shown you most of the characters, and I've talked about who else is going to be part of that verse. And the Wolf Dragon, well, it's Wolf Dragon and Demona. They're part of the same verse.
And this is gonna be very big, and obviously it's gonna be ongoing for a long time.
And here's a little glimpse of something I'm working on. It's not much of a spoiler, but this is the Chaos Chasers. So soon you're gonna see that done and shared. They're gonna be part of the Natverse too.
Oh, it's taking my chat a minute to catch up on the StreamYard
Mhm.
side, but Skits Comic says love Meta Baron.
Yes. Oh, dude, if you haven't read it yet, go get it. It's cheap. You get it for like 45, $50 on Amazon, and trust me, you will thank me. Everybody does. Dude, you saw that bro thank me for like 2 weeks. He still does. He's like, dude, I know. It's very different from what you guys know from American comics. It's very, very different. Trust me.
See, Vault says, I just switched over to my computer. What the fuck, Sim? I see freaking stars in this shot.
Yeah, I think he's talking about the picture that you had up there of Nat earlier, or where he's in his ship, because there is one thing in there where you can see the glow of the moon, even though it is in black and white, or it's a big star or something like that. So you can see, that's what I'm saying. When you do black and white, you make stuff glow where you don't even need color.
You mean here?
Yeah, see this right up here? Yeah, that right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's glowing, and you don't even have to put color in there to make it show that it's glowing. You've got that ability of what some colors can do with their colors. You can do it with black and whites. You have that same talent. It's backwards, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all.
It's backwards.
I can't lie. Like I've always thought in black and white, like colors for me, it's something very new. I've never really. It's the newest thing that I'm learning. And I think I'm getting quite good at it, but I do agree that I do love the black and whites. It's my passion. Like I love pencils and I love the black and white. I was always fascinated by Todd McFarlane's inks, Danny Mickey's inks, Scott Williams inks. Dude, those guys when they ink, it's freaking beautiful as fuck. Did you ever watch like Todd McFarlane ink? It's
No,
mesmerizing.
I've seen. I saw a Spawn variant cover that he did just in black and white in his inks, and that was one of the turning points to me versus color versus black and white.
Right?
And same with Jim Lee. He did when Dreamwave relaunched Transformers, he did a black and white cover, a variant cover of the first issue that's just Optimus Prime, and it looks absolutely amazing. And he's also done one for that I really, really liked for the Stormbringer series in the Transformers that is just Jetfire, and it also is amazing. Like people who can pull off really, really good inks and black and whites and things like that. I think that they have, they've shown if you can do it without color, then wow, that's something that's really, really, really impressive to me.
Yeah, I agree. That 100% there, Nick. 100%.
Skits Comic says the best thing you can do is take a color theory class, learn the basics. Yeah, that would make sense.
And here's the layout from one of the scenes in there. I can show that without showing the page. This is where you're going to see Nat coming with a ship, drop, flip, roll, and start shooting every pirate in the way. And still running. Just to
That's
show you
awesome. I love that action shot. Love that action shot.
So that's how much of a badass he is.
We're only getting 3 pages in the first issue.
Yeah. I might try to convince them to put 1 or 2 more. We'll see. Now Steve's gonna want to kill me.
Yeah, I could already hear his hair falling
brother,
out when you talking about adding pages.
I love you. You're the best editor in the world. So yeah, this is Nat the Merc.
Nat the Merc. Yeah.
Do you want to see a little glimpse of the other subject of the show?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, let's do so. I will show the first page, and that's it. Am I allowed to show the first page, editor?
He
I
may
don't
not
know if he's actually typing. He is actually working right now. But I will give you permission to show the first page.
So let's start by this. So you see it in bigger format, and then this is the first page. That's gonna be the Meme Police with Terry.
Everybody's favorite typing terrorist. Yeah, zoom in a little bit on that page. Let's look at some of those details.
Hold on, let me switch to the high res. Boom.
So this is the Meme Police, page 1 by Sim and the mysterious Man of Sex.
Like right now, I still have the lettering and a few little tweaks to do in colors, like the eyes, these. But that was to get the first idea of what I was gonna do. The idea was to do something very sketchy, a bit like the trencher type of style.
Mm-hmm.
So I went really, like, you could say, cartoonish and sketchy. So as you can see, I did like how it came out.
It does look good. The purples and the blues and that little dash of pink, and the way you got the gray set up with the grayscale, it looks really good. It all blends very nicely.
It does.
And as you can see, he says, "Stop typing, Terry." And Terry's defiant to the end and still shares the big meme and takes one for the team.
Our man Terry sitting out another 12-hour timeout on Twitter.
And this little baby is me and Moss, and came from me and him just joking around on a freaking hangout about, hey, it would be cool to have like this and that. He would look like a mix of RoboCop and Judge Dredd, like a parody of those.
Yes, and this is going to be, for those who don't know, this is going to be in the parody section of CG Jumpstart.
Yep. It's not serious at all, but it's going to be fun. Hold on a sec.
For those who don't know yet, CG Jumpstart is the best of 3 worlds. It's the best of Wizard Magazine, Shonen Jump, and Mad Magazine. All with a nice CG flair wrapped into a beautiful package, magazine sized.
I'm back. Sorry.
No, that's quite all right.
Sorry, that was my home phone.
Matthew Fowler says Fudge Dread.
So yeah, we're doing a parody of Judge Dredd and RoboCop, and we started doodling, and then we like, let's do a comic of it. So yeah, he's the writer, and I'm the illustrator.
Well, I feel like this is it's perfect timing too, with our boy Pan going to jail soon for memes. The fact that we've got a Meme Police parody comic coming out, the timing could not be better.
I agree. I do agree. Excuse me. I hear. I want this the Meme Police officer here to have a fun and exciting, fruity name, and speak with a high-pitched shrill but dulcet tone.
Do you want to know what his name is?
Yes.
Officer Pulova.
Ah.
He's Officer Pulova. Yeah.
That is pretty good. I don't know. Matthew Fowler might have it better with Fudge Dredd though. he might have beat you there.
And we're gonna be doing like it's not gonna be the only little story you're gonna see from him. We have in mind of doing little skits like that. Maybe doing them like a Saturday morning cartoon type of thing. Maybe like once or twice a month. Just a little skit, like replacing the Saturday morning cartoons that we don't have anymore.
That's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Like the Saturday morning newspaper cartoon.
Sunday morning funny.
But on CG only.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Say no more, say no more.
We got Jack Straw hanging out with us. Hail, Jack Straw.
Hail, brother.
Papa Kennesuit says, cool concept. Going through the screen like a damn ghost girl from The Ring. That guy must be friendly with Ethan Van Sciver. He might be after EVS in the future. You never know. EVS could be a future fugitive.
We never know. Maybe he will show up in one of the other stories.
No one is safe from Officer Pulova.
Because, Officer Pullover has it in for the war campaign. Because of those damn...
Does he now?
Because of the dildo memes. Yeah. Because memes hurt people.
Memes are bad.
Memes can hurt people.
Memes are really bad.
If you can't handle memes, you might want to reconsider being on the internet in general. I mean, that's just my personal opinion on it, because you are stepping into the internet is the last is the Wild West. It's the only place left that is the Wild West, and you cannot under any circumstances dictate someone's behavior online. It just doesn't work. You could pass laws and you can do all this other garbage, but at the end of the day, the internet is still the last great bastion of being able to do whatever you want to.
Mm-hmm. What's the rating of your show?
My show?
Yeah, because there's a character that you guys all heard about before that's going to be showing up in one of the future stories of the Meme Police, and her name is Gardenia.
Oh.
Would you like to see the concept art?
Sure.
Absolutely.
John Dillard.
I was just looking at that.
Here's the first design for Gardenia.
Oh, I remember this. Yes.
Like it says, not final.
Yeah.
Oh, I have not seen her in a long time. She has a crush on Pan.
Yes.
Yes, and she's gonna be put as the Officer Pullover's new partner, and he doesn't like it at all until he finds out one special ability that she has, which you'll find out in the story.
Oh.
I already know what the special ability is, so PayPal me $5 and we can talk about that.
And I will confirm that he does not.
You can buy spoilers from Nick.
Hey, I'm an open market, man. I am the I try to live by the example and do it that way.
This was the first concept art of the character, the first ever drawing of Officer Pulova.
I like what Skits Comic says here. You're no one till someone makes memes of you.
Yep. I can hear that song in my head. You're nobody till somebody loves you. Because that's what memes are. Memes are love, just in a sarcastic and sometimes a little outlandish way. But at the end of the day, memes are love.
Yes, there are.
It's true. People they seem to forget that we still meme ourselves.
Yes.
Memes are like a roast. It's done out of respect. Because they like you or hate you. One of the above.
Jack Straw, speaking of Gardenia, says she's got the same boobs as Peter Gilmore's gorilla.
Not as hairy though.
Not as hairy.
And smooth as silk. And adjustable, because if you pay attention, you can have 3D, 2D, C, B, and A. You can have different sizes.
Is that what that dial is?
And you even have the real milky ones. Yeah, that's the dial right there. Wow. Adjustable breast. Yeah.
Oh wow. I like the trap door too.
Yeah, I did like it too.
I know what's behind that trap door.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Akbar.
It's an Admiral Akbar.
Waiting behind the trap. I can't show more of that though. But hold on a second. I can show you a little something. Let me go here. Little glimpse for you guys of something. Come on, open. Single pages. This was the first cover of the first story I did of Nat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, your coloring has come a long way, sir.
That was in 2012. So 7 years ago.
So I mean,
Yeah.
overall, the design hasn't really changed too much. It doesn't look like.
Nope. Went back. I went back with the original design when I did a while back, which was the one sleeve. I took the sleeve out because in 3D animation it was easy. It was less complicated to have the entire cloth going because we were working on a 3D animation back then. And that was the first design I did for the gun, which was like a mix of like a Desert Eagle and a musket and a revolver.
Yeah. Nat the Merc reminds me of what kind of has that same feel of what Steve Dye would look like as a mercenary.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. A lot of
He's even
people
got
say
the motorcycle in the back.
a lot of people say he looks like Dan, but you're right. He looks like Steve Dye, and he does have a motorcycle.
That is Steve Dye 100%.
Maybe I'll ask Steve Dye to cosplay as him.
I'll pay you money if he agrees.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd pay to see that.
Like if he does it properly, I could even include like a 3D bike, like hovering bike there next to him, which would be cool. And here I can show you the first page of the original comic. This is what I'm thinking of relaunching right now. So this is what it looked like.
I like that ship. I like the way it almost looks organic, kind of in the way that it's, or like, I don't know, it looks like an organic piece of metal other than a ship. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. What? It's all my usually my ship design are more organic than mechanic. It's just the way I am. Even though when I try to do them mechanical, they always end up looking a bit organic. Like if you look at this first page here, like I tried to go more mechanical in the type of ship, but it still looks organic.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, I see it. That's this would be where the word meta barons comes in again.
Yep.
This would be about the time in the show where this talks about that. But yeah, from what I have seen of the meta barons, and I have looked at some of the pages, Sim, that's the ship design and that organic metallic. Even though it's metal, it looks organic. That type of feel to it is very prevalent. Trying to think of where else Farscape would be the only other place that I've seen it pulled off. In somewhat of a success with the insect people, their ships, but other than that, maybe in Babylon 5 with the shadows, but other than that, no.
And as you can see, there's all type of aliens in that world. Like here, you have like a shark head type of guy.
Yeah, I like the shark head guy. Hail Felix Haas. Hail Art City Comics. He says, "Hail Comicsgate. Hail brothers."
Hell.
Hail Felix Haas.
Dillard, I think, is on a little bit of a delay. Says, "Looks like it's Samurai Jack Robot."
Samurai Jack robot. Okay.
I haven't seen Samurai Jack in a long time, so I'm a little rusty on that one.
And you know, one thing that I wanted to show, but that's why I couldn't find the image, is Bob, Nat's dad, robot there, the assassin droid.
His name's Bob.
Yeah, Bob. His name's Bob. And he has like retractable, 2 extra retractable arms that comes out of his back, so he can actually hold like 4 guns at the same time. Okay. So you know he's a bit like Alfred to him, like you know he's like a father figure, but he's also like a badass. Like I got your back. Let's kill them.
Gotcha. As all Bobs are.
Yeah,
I found in my life.
Bob.
You don't mess with Bobs.
Oh, the Babs.
The reason why he's called Bob, it's weird. It's remember those. It came out of a joke because I have some somebody I know whose nickname is Bob, and we used to make the joke because of remember when Miller did those open bottle, where you could open a beer bottle with the bottom of another bottle.
Oh yeah.
So I was looking for like something that could express like a Swiss Army knife or something without being, and I'm like, hold on a second. And then I came up with the idea of calling him Bob because of that shit.
Bottle open bottle.
So literally, Hold My Beer has actually spawned something other than a disastrous redneck video on the internet.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, hats off to you there, sir.
That's where the name came from.
John Dillard says, "What, you got a problem with Samurai Jack? I'm just a nothing, but if I wasn't, I'd fight you right now." I have no issues with Samurai Jack. I used to love that show.
Me too.
I haven't seen it in so long. And
It's getting feisty.
Yeah. And he's also quoting Tombstone, and to that, mad props. That's a great movie. I love that movie.
Yeah. Love that one.
Yeah.
That is probably one of my favorite Westerns.
But, you know, another one of my big inspiration was Cowboy Bebop. I was a big fan of that series.
I could definitely see that too.
You never seen Cowboy Bebop?
No. I can see.
I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean I can see the inspiration from Cowboy Bebop in this. Anybody who hasn't seen Cowboy Bebop needs to go watch Cowboy Bebop like right now.
Yeah,
that solves the problem. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Cowboy Bebop. I just I thought it was boring and a little derivative, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see the inspiration.
It's like, you know, like you put the Bubblegum Crisis. It's all those type of anime, like the flashy colors mixed with the heavy metal aspect to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get the clean color crispness and the dirtiness at the same time.
Mm-hmm. With the like it's gritty but still colorful, and that's what, you know, when I was talking to somebody to maybe do the colors for me, I was telling him like it's a weird aspect, but what I want is flashy colors, like really nice colors, but it needs to look gritty.
Yep.
And
now that's sometimes that's another thing. Like sometimes colors can be too clean. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's not realistic that way. It totally cheapens the look and the appeal of everything, because in real life, no color is that bright. It's always going to be a little bit dirty. Even like if it's a natural color or something that is on something organic, it is not going to be that synthetically crisp color that you see. That was always one of the big complaints about the original Tron and Tron 2 was that those the neons, the blues, and the reds, even though they went with it, they would shade out the faces and the rest of the body armor and stuff like that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Yeah.
Maybe I'll.
Look, we got a downvote.
Oh yeah.
Did we?
Right on.
Yeah.
Somebody hates me.
See, Skit Comics said it. One of the big influences, Dirty Pair. Yeah.
Dirty Pair.
Yeah, dude. When Adam Warren took over, he's the one that brought in that type of flashy color and grittiness, that type of heavy metal mixed with the anime look. Yeah, hold on, if you guys don't know them.
Dillard Draws says maybe I'll rewatch Young Guns instead.
Good movie as well.
Good movie, except the 80s intro. Just it kills it for me.
Are you thinking about Young Guns 1 or Young Guns 2? Because Young Guns 2 is the one that has the entire soundtrack and everything done by John Bon Jovi. That one's a little off-putting when it comes to, you know, having to hear Blaze of Glory constantly through the movie. But in the first one, I don't think I remember what it was about, or about the soundtrack and that kind of deal.
Hail, Dillard. Thanks for dropping by, bud. Have a good night.
This is the Dirty Pair.
Dirty Pair. I don't remember that.
Mm-mm.
Like, let's see what I'm telling. Like flashy colors, but it still look gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We do have the typing terror in the chat right now. Terry, hail, brother.
Hail, Terry.
Did you get to see the page, or you want me to show it again, Terry? Because I don't know if you see.
I don't know if he was in here yet. We got Dive Ninja has joined us as well. Hail, Dive Ninja.
Oh,
Hail Matt Hayes, comics.
Matt Hayes,
yes.
the
Hail,
Discord
brother.
store.
Matt, I watched that sports guy you recommended, and he's absolutely hilarious, by the way. Just a side note.
Okay.
Terry is saying show it.
Okay, let's go back. Boom.
Oh.
The Meme Police and page 1. Boom. There you go, Terry. Defiant till the end, brother.
Behold your glorious death.
Like, hey, I got a sick tweet. What? And you go, stop typing, Terry, and defiant till the end, you still press shared. And you paid the
Terry,
price.
you need to stop typing before I have to shoot you, because that's who I am.
Well, who is it? Terry. It's Terry. Tell him to stop typing. Stop typing, Terry.
Yeah, that's never going to go away. I love it.
No,
that's immortality in a nutshell right there. That's how you do it.
There you go, Terry. You get to die in the Meme Police comic.
I mean, there's alts now about Terry. Like, there's like Terry's typewriter.
Mm-hmm.
There's an alt account out there. Like, Terry is immortalized. All thanks to Edwin.
Of all the people to have to owe that to, too. I'm sure one day he'll hold it over your head for leverage like he does other things. Oops.
It's inevitable.
Terry deleted.
Terry deleted. Terry will never be deleted.
Nope. You know, and I can say it in the comic that's called Busters. Okay, and that's gonna be coming out later. There's a character called in it that's called Terry.
Nice.
And he's a medic droid.
Ah.
So all that to make that joke when he's gonna be next to somebody and typing on his hand and go, "Stop typing, Terry! You're gonna give us our," and he gets blown up to pieces. And he's the type of like a crash test dummy. So he can be blown to pieces and just be put back. Then he falls into like a recharge mode where he's like a backpack. His name is Terry.
That's glorious.
I thought of doing that joke, like, oh my god, they killed Kenny, you bastard. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it, but with Terry. And I asked his permission, and he gave it to me, so I'm doing it.
Excellent.
So there's gonna be a typing Terry in the Nadverse.
That is so awesome. Once again, Terry is immortalized. We're gonna probably end up making T-shirts out of this.
And there's one of the characters. Remember when I mentioned Blazing Glory?
Mm-hmm.
The character Blaze, he has 4 arms, and then he's like a reptilian alien, and he has a flaming mohawk. Wink, wink. Hudge, hudge. Nudge, nudge. Nick, can you do it for me? You did it way better. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Say no more, say no more.
There you go.
Yes, I've watched a lot of Monty Python in my life. A lot of Monty Python.
Oh, dude, they're fucking awesome.
Well, that used to be the thing to do, man. You get high, watch Monty Python. That was when you ran out of comic books or other stuff to talk about. You just got completely blazed and watched Monty Python.
Dude, in Crash Course, there's one on the racers who's called the Frenchie, and he looks like the Frenchie. Remember?
Oh, that's awesome.
In the Holy Grail? Yeah.
Yeah.
And his car is like the Monopoly car, but pimped up.
Yeah, I keep hearing somebody saying "quoi" in the background, and I know that means what in French, and
Yes.
And it's reminding me of that part in Holy Grail where it's "fetch le quoi," fetch the cow, and the cow keeps going "quoi," back at him and everything because they're supposed to be imitating the French, and I thought that was every time I hear that, I keep hearing that line go through my head.
Yeah, sorry, that's my son playing his game behind.
Oh no, it's fun.
I was gonna say, Sim, mute your brother. Damn it! Tell your stunt double to be quiet.
It's one of my mini me because they both look like me. Remember on the work campaign, John and Buckle, everybody thought it was me sitting on the couch.
Oh yeah. The double.
Yeah, the double.
That freaks people out.
Sim like bows down below his
Seriously,
camera, and like you see him like Sim sitting in the background playing a video game. Like what the fuck? Like he's done. He's just off playing video games now.
I know, yeah, you couldn't see me because I was leaning. Yeah,
Dude, I was crying. I was laughing so hard at that. Absolutely crying.
Oh, you saw me that Ro didn't see it until you went to see it again. 'Cause you didn't realize it. I'm like, did you see me choke down 2 beers? I was just sitting there chugging down 2 beers. Goes,
Yeah, I
"Get
didn't
the
notice
fuck
that
out."
part either because you were small screen at that point.
Mm-hmm. I was just sitting there drinking beers, and you know me, I don't drink usually.
Yeah, but the when everybody saw him in the background, that kind of freaked people out. It even did me. I had to take a double take. I was like, "Wait a minute, is that a mirror?" But then I was like, "No." But it was funny seeing everybody's reactions on that.
It was. Dude, that's a classic moment. That's really a classic moment.
That was like a narwhal ghost story.
Yeah.
You saw something that you really couldn't explain, but due to alcohol and other substances and just everything coming together at the right time, comedy gold happened.
And there was the moment when they asked, like, "Oh, come on, you need to do CG a service and put that girl on her knees," and I did it.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like an animation when I put it one after the other, like her looking and then dropping on her knees. It looked like an animation.
It did. It really did. Oh, good times, man. Good times.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do to outdo that one on the next one. As you notice, me and Joe Ball, we decided to have fun. You know, there's no prize to win.
I mean, that's what it should be. It's
about having fun.
Drawn and backhold is supposed to just be to have fun. Nobody wins anything on drawn and quartered. Like,
yeah, I see it like I lose if I don't make people laugh at my drawing. If nobody laughs at my drawing, then I lost.
I thought everybody brought their A game to the last episode.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, Gilmore drawn those huge fucking gorilla tits.
Oh, that was funny as hell.
Jesus.
I'm like, oh yeah, those furry freaking titties, and they were all pointing up.
Oh, they were pointing up so high.
It reminded me of Ted Dragon Little Feet a bit.
Oh, that's something I haven't thought about in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Tit Dragon Little Feet. That I'm sure will show up in CG Jumpstart at some point in time.
I hope so.
Oh, dude, it's a graffiti in Meme Police in the last page. In the background, you see a graffiti of the Dragon Little Feet. You see Sammy Sandwich Hand throughout the window.
Yeah, you gotta love a good Easter egg.
Yeah, look for them.
Yeah, so definitely keep your eyes open for CG Jumpstart. Go back, Blood Hunt. It's out right now by Sim. Link is in the description. Sign up for the Demona mailing list. Link is also in the description. That is coming out sometime in 2020. Do you have a date or?
No specific date, no.
Okay. So sign up for the mailing list to stay up to date, though. So when it does go live, you're the first to know, and you get some exclusive goodies.
Yeah, because there's gonna be some secret tiers for the people that sub to that mailing list that won't be available. There's gonna be something available for you guys that won't be available for nobody else.
Those are my favorite. They really, really are. Everybody should do a mailing list. If you're not doing a mailing list, you're doing it wrong.
And I'm pretty sure people are gonna love Demona.
I think so. I just love the mailing list page.
Yeah, I think that's a good point about the mailing list, though. People don't like people don't really understand, or they don't. It's not they don't understand. I think that some people just don't really take it seriously how important mailing lists are. I can't really ever hammer this home hard enough, but mailing lists are going to tell you or give you at least either your first inkling of demand, or be able to reconcile your demand with another mailing list that you may have, or word of mouth that you've gotten, or something like that. Always do a mailing list. You can't. It's like it. Usually, it's free. And it takes like 5 minutes, and it will give you a world of great feedback on how good or what you need to adjust in some of the things that you've been talking about your project before it launches, and also gives a great incentive for people to sign up and start getting excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess before we quit here, we do have something from Matt Hayes. He says, "Oh man, so some of CG Jumpstart will have colored interiors." Yes, sir.
Yep.
It is not going to be a completely black and white magazine. Some stuff is going to be in black and white, but not everything. DJD, what's up, brother? It says hot. Hit the like button. Yes, do it. Smash that like button. Like your life depended on it.
And the only reason why I don't have a date for Demona is because I might be having the Chaos Chasers coming out first. I'm still deciding which one's coming out first. So
Well,
they're definitely coming out next year as Chaos Chasers and Demona.
Get some images for that together and put a mailing list and see which one gains followers first.
That's what I'm working on right now, as you can see here.
All right. Well, I'll shut my mouth then.
Here, I'll give a little sample that's never been shown anywhere on streams yet. Chaos Chasers.
Oh, here it is. Here's the exclusive. The moment you've all been waiting for.
So here's a glimpse of the characters. You're gonna have Red.
I like me a green girl.
Nice little alien there. A little femme fatale. You're gonna have Wipeout. These are the preliminary concept art.
That's a big arm.
This is the big guy. You have Gadget here. This is the first concept art, not final look, but just to give you a glimpse. Right now, that's what I'm working on, finalizing their looks.
I like pale girls too.
Mm-hmm. Pale raven hair. Yeah.
You're speaking to me.
And here's one of my favorite characters. Flint Rock. And he's literally Jack Kirby as a character.
That is a miniature Jack Kirby.
Yeah, and he's a 1,000-year-old rock character. And he's grumpy as fuck. And he's seen the wars, and he always has war stories. And people will go, "Remember that war when we did this and that?" And he's like, "Dude, that was like 200 years ago. I wasn't born." Still. So yeah, he's my Jack Kirby. And here you have the leader of the pack. So this is going to be the first cover of the Chaos Chasers, and here's another glimpse of another one of the covers.
Good stuff, man. Sim literally just never quits. Just never stops.
And it's all going to be part of the Natverse, so that's why I'm thinking of releasing it at the same time as the Nat's going on in CG Jumpstart. So the universe will be going, flowingly throughout the thing. So you're always going to have a little something of the Natverse.
Oh, that's not a bad idea either.
So it would be like the next launch in February when I'm done fulfilling Blood Hunt would be doing that what I call the Tales of the Natverse type of thing. Then it would be Chaos Chasers, followed by the Mona. And then when I'm done with the Nat and the CG Jumpstart, well, the book's gonna be launched with something extra in it, and then the series of the books are gonna continue.
Man, you were gonna be a busy dude next year.
Nat is literally designed to be an ongoing, as long as I want, and I really like him. So, if you guys like him, we can keep going until I'm done.
Yeah, Matt Hayes says, love the team shots. Well, there you have it, guys. That was our episode of Between the Panels this evening. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for coming and hanging out with us and shooting the shit and keeping us occupied. Terry, Matt Hayes, Skits, DJD, thanks for showing up. Better late than never, sir. I appreciate it. Smashing that like button. Dive Ninja, everybody else who was here throughout the show, thank you. Make sure you are subscribed and you tune in this Saturday for the Weekend Woke Up Show. I have no idea what we're going to have in store for you. Last week was something pretty special, I think I'd say. It was just the three of us bullshitting, and I went off on like a 15-minute rant that I don't even remember doing.
That's all right. The internet never forgets.
Yeah. Well, I promise. Well, actually, I can't make this promise, but I will try my best not to stay up all night drinking, so I don't black out during the stream.
Okay, so we kick you out the hangouts on Saturday, on Friday nights. Gotcha.
I've heard that before. That ain't gonna happen. Y'all always say that, and it always ends up with, "Hey, where's Adam? I don't know. He was on the stream till like 7 o'clock this morning, so he might be sleeping."
Yeah, but that's because of Phil.
I had to take my buddy home. That's why I was late for the show. I had to give him a ride home, and then I came back and I kept drinking, and then we did the show, and I blacked out at some point during the show and went off on like a 15-minute rant about your feelings, and I don't even remember what else.
Yeah, you went full yellow flash. You're supposed to be half speed yellow flash, not full yellow flash. Things
happen, man. It's what happens when you do live radio, live broadcasting, man. You never know. You never know. I blame the fact that we didn't have any actual guests to talk to, so I just filled the space with rage.
That you did.
So sue me. But
no, don't.
No. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Don't know what you just said. He's joking.
Yeah, please don't actually sue me, internet peoples. It's a joke. Haha, jokes. Remember, they used to be funny. We'd tell them to laugh, not end up in jail.
Not
free pan.
So goddamn seriously. Hashtag free pan.
Yeah, free pan.
Hail War Campaign.
Hail War Campaign. Hail Comics Kit. Hail CG Jumpstart. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you this Saturday. And again, for the Between the Panels next Tuesday, we will announce the official roster. Hopefully this Saturday. I don't want to say it now and then plans change, because then I'm just a tease. So
yeah, LCG Jumpstart, the next best thing since Heavy Metal Magazine.
Damn right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, good night, everybody.
Good night.